going to show you how to make sure that your first year of rebooting is a painless, frustration-free experience. So the first concept that I'm going to teach you is something known as regulation, and the second one is maintenance. Now, when you learn how to properly implement self-care and regulate your mindsets, your feeling of control over your reboot is going to improve massively. And regulation involves accepting two important facts. The first fact, brother, is that you are a man who has lost control of sexual behavior. This means you cannot go through life with the same level of self-care that a regular man applies to himself. The second thing is that you reboot in a macro way by going through the reboot system, but you make progress in a micro way by short daily or weekly periods of reflecting on your progress. What this means is that if you are not scheduling time for reviewing your progress, you will literally stop the rewiring process by default. I used to rush through, reading my old journal entries and filling out my reboot worksheets like once or twice a month sometimes because I felt it was an obligation and I was wasting time. I would also get super stressed out over all the books that I wanted to read, which were related to my reboot, because I only wanted stuff which would make a huge impact on my reboot right now. So think about it. If you're one of those guys who is always looking for that magic bullet or that magic technique or tip. So my reboot was like my life at that point. I wanted to be productive. And if I didn't get some sort of dopamine hit from accomplishing something immediately, I didn't feel happy. So the truth is that when it comes to rebooting, you can be very productive, but not effective. Maintenance involves accepting the reality that you will never arrive at an ideal point in your reboot. So this means that right now, at this moment, you think that not watching ever again will solve your sexual behavior problem, when in reality, it is a holistic process that will naturally evolve into growth in every area of your life. No one rewires their brain in 2 years with a reboot system that says, yeah, it, I'm going to live a reckless, carefree life now that I'm in control of my sexual behavior. You will constantly and naturally keep adjusting, keep growing, adjusting and growing for the rest of your life. And that's a good thing. Now, if that terrifies you, or if that sounds like it's too much work, then our system is probably not for you. And as I've said in the past, you can't reboot using our system and remain average. So here's how to regulate and maintain yourself during your first year of rebooting. The first thing you need to do is review your progress weekly. The second thing is to have a morning routine or time dedicated to your reboot each day. The third is to review each month and compile the mistakes that you've made and the lessons that you've learned. The fourth is to rate your overall happiness for the month. And the fifth is a weekly review of all the old exercises, journals, and so on that you've done to make sure you're close to what we call your reboot baseline. The reboot baseline is actually a concept within the reboot system. You have to be one of our coaching clients to actually gain access to it, but I'll tell you a little bit about it here. Your baseline is the mental and emotional state you need to maintain to not slip or relapse. So most men swing widely on both ends as well as up and down on this baseline. And in the reboot system, a good accountability partner will be able to tell you if you're off your baseline. But eventually, we want you to be able to tell within minutes if you're straying from it. So what do tools and concepts like the reboot baseline help you with? Well, they help you make your reboot predictive. When you gain the skill of predicting when you're going to slip, how you're going to slip, way before it happens, control becomes possible. All right? So, brothers, that's just what I wanted to share with you. I have a few more concepts to share with you over the week. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get access to these videos. I release videos 4 times a week. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.